Hi, welcome back to One Humble Knot. Today we are making these little chapstick holders. Seems to be a theme when we're making little pocket little holders, but this one is a bit smaller if you like this size. This one has the cap sticking out, and then this one's a little bit bigger where it's fully concealed. We're going to make another one of this size, and today this will be a nice quick video. That's something that we're going to do, is try and do nice quick easy videos. A great thing with the chapstick holder is it's got a little hole right here, so you can put a keychain, really anything that you can clip this onto. So this could go onto like your keys, or you could clip this onto a bag if you've got some little loop to go through. So to start off, we are using my 3mm hook for this, and then I am using my color changing yarn that I've used in previous videos. So it's the Hobbycraft normal brand, so I'll just put flash on so you can see a bit better what we are going to do. So something that we are doing as well, instead of how we typically do yarn over, this is teaching you the effects of doing yarn under. This will create that tighter stitch. So to begin, we're going to chain 9. Okay, and then we are going to go in, not this next one, the next one across. So this is our 8th, this is our 7th, and we go through, we yarn under. So normally we're used to going over this way. We yarn under, pull through, and yarn under, pull through again. So we're doing UK double crochet, US single crochet, but instead of doing our yarn over, we're doing under. Sorry, there's hair. It's always dog hair in every video. But we're doing yarn under. This will keep our stitches a lot tighter. So then, you know, it's more compact, there's less gaps. And this really changes the look of any kind of crochet pattern that you may have. And you want to keep this quite snug together. So that's our first row, and then we do a chain stitch, flip around, and we go back. We're going to do this a total of 19 times. So our chain 1 is for this first stitch, so you should be doing 7. You should be doing 7 double crochets along. I wanted to show you, because at the end it looks like there's not another one. It's actually this guy. Let's get this focus on. It's this guy right here. So if you just went to here, you would actually be reducing the line. So you need to make sure, because it is quite a tight stitch, that you go through this little guy right here. So this was your chain. Bit of a stab through, and yarn under. Okay, let's pull all of that through. So as you can see, a few little tips with keeping tight yarn. That just doesn't make it as easy. This hook is a smaller hook than what's recommended for this yarn, and then doing yarn under will keep this nice and compact. We're going to do this for 19 rows. So I'll see you back in a bit, and just continue go back and forth. So you do chain 1 and then double crochet 7, chain 1, double crochet 7. Make sure you get that last one keep counting because that will help keep this nice and exact the whole way. But so now that you've gotten to your 19, something to keep in mind, depending how tight you do your stitches and what thickness of yarn you use will depend how many rows to do. So this is a good little kind of baseline. The bigger one that I had is actually just a little bit looser, so I think this is going to come out as a different size. Anyways, so we're at the end. We do a slip stitch, so there's no chain. We do a slip stitch in the second one, so this is our 8th. We're going back number 7, slip stitch in that one, and a second slip stitch in this next one. Then from here we chain 1, and then we do 3 double crochets across. And now we chain 1 and we do 3 across. Right now we're making the little loop band that you can use to attach it to whatever you want. This last one's always a bit tricky. And then chain 1. So we've done 1. This is our second. We're going to do a total of 5, including this one. So we've done 1, we've done 2, this is 3. Okay, so we finished our 5th one right here. If you want a bigger loop, then just do more until you're at the loop you want. Just think of it's meeting these 2 sections together. Then we chain 3. And then we flip around. And then we treat, so we got our chain 3, that's 2. This is our first chain, so we're going to do a double crochet, making sure we're staying with the yarn under in our first one, because that 3rd chain was kind of like our start of our row anyways. And then we go along, double crochet in each of these 4 stitches. Okay, so we're in the 4th, so we did our double, and then in the same one we're going to do another 2 more. And this is us starting to go back out again. And then we chain 1, because that will be like our start, and we go across again, as if we're going back to doing this section here. So you'll do 7 double crochets, and we're going to do 2 rows. From here, we're going to make our opening. So instead of doing another chain, we're going to do a double crochet straight into this first stitch. Okay, and we're going to chain 6. and then we do a double crochet in the last stitch, making sure you stick with your yarn under. This is going to be your little opening right here. For the next row, we do a chain, and then we do 6 double crochets, just wrapping around here. Make sure you stay yarn under. It will feel really loose because it's on that chain, but just try and keep the tension quite high. And then your last one will be at the end, so make sure it's not on the chain. Okay. This section will feel a bit weird until you get some more rows in it and you attach it. From here, we're just going to keep repeating. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's our 8th one. Perfect. So you can always go back and count, but we're just going to repeat this until it is the same length as your first piece. So you would have finished off right here and tied off, so you would have a piece that looks like this. Looks probably a little bit funny, but we just want the 2 sections to meet. And then we're going to get our yarn, start a new one, and we're going to go in the most corner piece here on both sides. Go in, we'll pull through and do a double crochet. Okay. Then before we start, so we can keep it all quite clean, I like to pull this out. We go through, we get that tail, pull it through. Tail, there we go. We're going to crochet this in, so it'll be nice and clean. Next, we're going to go into these corners, sorry, and we're going to try and crochet in this stitch, so you want to hold it on this top side. I'm going to go, still doing yarn under, we do 1, 2 and 3 in the same stitch. This is a great way to try and make a corner and a nice bend, so that will look a bit cleaner opposed to just doing 1 and moving on. It will end up pulling. And then to your best ability, crochet around the edge of this whole thing. So you're going to be crocheting around this whole edge and coming back here. So from here, what I would do, so this was what we just crocheted in. I would just go ahead and get this fed through on the back side. Okay, and then I'd clip this off and clip this off. But this is your chapstick holder. I actually got one in my pocket. Fits in there perfectly. You can have it as a little cover. I'm going to have it sticking out, and I've got the little hole here, so I put that on a keychain. So this whole thing took me maybe about half hour to do. It doesn't really take long when you know the stitch and you just go through. It took about half hour, 40 minutes. So it's a nice, quick, easy one to do all up. So yeah, this is the back side of it. Here are some other ones that I've been making as well. So you get them in different colors, different sizes. They all look quite cute. So you can really change it up how you do this, but at the same time, quite functional. So thanks for joining for this week. It would be great if you could subscribe and leave a comment how you like this video. I would love to see any crochets that you make as well, and hope you have a lovely day. Bye.